come to order. The first item on the agenda is approval of minutes of the November 19, 2007 council meeting. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions? If not, we need a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Yes.
Second.
Is all in favor of this motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The next item on the agenda is a discussion of Weaverville wildlife habitat. And we are pleased to have Dr. Alicia Holtz, retired biologist from the University of Pennsylvania, with us this evening to talk about community wildlife habitat certification. So, Alicia?
We may need to have the lights down a little bit, but for people who can see this. I'm here tonight to tell you about a new initiative for the town of Weaverville. I'm speaking on behalf of the Weaverville Wildlife Habitat Committee, which was appointed by Mayor Stroud as an ad hoc subcommittee of the Weaverville Tree Board. The charge of this subcommittee is to develop a plan for certifying the town of Weaverville as a community wildlife habitat with the National Wildlife Federation. As many of you may know, the National Backyard Habitat Program. While this is aimed at individual homeowners, they also certify, for example, schools, neighborhoods, and whole communities. At present, there are only 24 communities across the country that have earned the designation of community wildlife habitats. What I'd like to do tonight is to report to you on our progress in fulfilling our charge, and also give you a brief summary of our preliminary plan to achieve this prestigious designation for our town. Next slide. There are 5 requirements that each individual certified habitat must have in order to fulfill its charge of being part of the Community Wildlife Habitat Program. They include the things listed here, which are the basic things that wildlife need to survive and to thrive, as well as in the last point there, an emphasis on sustainable gardening practices that are basically practices that are environmentally friendly and that encourage the use of native plants growing in their natural state.
The annual Weaverville Tree Board report for 2007, and it is my pleasure to give that report tonight. I am pleased to report that the tree board planted 86 trees in 2007. 16 trees were removed. 56 of these trees were planted with funding from Progress Energy. The Weaverville Tree Board undertook the following projects during 2007. We conducted a town-wide street tree survey on Saturday, September the 15th. We updated the town's comprehensive tree plan. We planned the town's Arbor Day ceremony on May the 20th, 2007. We earned the town's 17th Tree City USA Award and the town's 14th Growth Award. We wrote a new series of articles about trees and tree care for the town newsletter. Presented beautification awards to 3 Weaverville property owners. We sponsored a poster and poetry contest for Weaverville Elementary School students. The Tree Board and the Garden Club partnered to provide a workshop on February the 17th about the woolly hemlock adelgid problem. We organized 2 work days in the Main Street Nature Park, one on March the 15th and the other on October the 27th. We applied for and received $2,000 in funding from Progress Energy for the cost-sharing program that allows us to plant trees on private property. We also received $500 in funding from Quality Forward to plant trees in the Main Street Nature Park. We created an ad hoc committee whose work will be to have the Main Street Nature Park and the Weaverville community certified as a wildlife habitat by the National Wildlife Federation. The next item on the agenda is approval of the Weaverville Comprehensive Tree Plan. Each of you has been given a copy, and tonight we need to approve that.
You need a motion?
Yes,
All right, so moved that we approve this comprehensive.
Thank you,
Second.
Dr. Thank you. Is there any discussion? All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Appointments.
Madam Mayor, I'm first been asked this as an agenda item, and I'd like to start off.
Oh, please do.
Thank you. First, let me say it has no reflection on the appointments that you make, and it is not to usurp the authority of the mayor to make recommendations to the council for appointments to boards and commissions. But as I campaigned this fall, and the voices I heard from the people, one of the biggest concerns is things facing the town in the future, the growth, the development, and it was concern, especially about the development that we're facing in probably in the next 3 to 5 years, things will be happening in this town that we just can't comprehend. And I think we need to have a system set up, especially for a couple of the boards, to evaluate the qualifications of people nominated for the board, so we have some background on the people, and we know who when you make a recommendation, who we're voting for. And let me make a couple of examples. One thing that we will be facing in the near future, whether Weaverville goes for its own ABC score or whether we join with someone else, we're going to be making nominations for a board appointment. These people have to be investigated. They have to be vetted in some manner. The appointments to the zoning board of adjustment, especially when we're dealing with major development that they might be facing, it might be important to have people that have some knowledge and background. And when you're listening to engineers and architects and people like just talking and making presentations, having people that understand some of the technology and language that goes on, and how we do this, I don't know, but I think we need to start thinking about this and planning for the future rather than waiting that all of a sudden someday it hits us and we don't have a plan for it. And what I'm suggesting is for the council to be thinking about this. We might need to set up a workshop to talk about it and start thinking in some manner how we want to go about maybe having a pool of qualified people for certain boards that the mayor can select from. But again, it's something I think is of concern to me, and I just present it to my fellow council people here tonight for discussion or any comments.
I would like to offer a comment. As someone that doesn't know everyone in town, sometimes it's very difficult for me to make an informed decision when I don't know the folks that well that we're voting on. We've asked in the past to get resumes, a list of their credentials, and I think we've started doing that. And I can say that I'm very impressed with the folks that we're going to vote on. But I echo what Jean says. I think it'd be awful nice if we had a period of time that we could at least have a meeting with the candidates. At least just go out and have a cup of coffee and just ask a question. Why do you want to serve on the board? And I think if we had just a little bit more time, I think we could do that and make good decisions.